better at your flash.
I don't know. He was just as good for Canelo could be hit.
What you got Faison?
It's dead?
We good.
Yo, we're Harlem on the rise, yo, we love to get the money. This a podcast.
Yo, what up, what up?
Yeah, from 79, we living alive, so stop everything.
Don Vito in the building.
Catch us on the Wednesdays, lady on a hump day. Listen
The
to
beat,
me.
we on the air, we ready to roll. Got my man Boosie in the building. Harlem, stand up.
Yo, a lot of topics, we always got a profit. You know, we neighborhood, we always kicking dollars. Yeah, that's the stilo, we do it for the people. Tiger than the ego, we ordinary people. We be kicking it, cause you know we living it. Come and catch a vibe, it's a vibe, come and witness it. We down for each other, no matter the weather. It's the B139 clubs, Harlem sit together, what's up?
What up, y'all?
Yo.
Happy Wednesday, it's a big day today. We got two guests. It's gonna be fire, man. We got my boy Big Boosie in the building.
You already know.
You know,
That's what's up. Come on up. Salute, man.
We got another guest coming up, so I want y'all to stay tuned after the show. My man So B, he in the building as well. You know what I mean? It's about to get real funky around here, you know what I'm saying?
Fact.
B139, we lit, man. It's Wednesday. What's up, Doc? How you feeling, man?
What up?
Talk to me, man.
you know Doc is in the building. Y'all know I'm here. This gonna be crazy right now. Welcome to the Big 139. Doc, shake the block. Y'all know what it is.
I'm Don Vito, voice for the people. And we got my man Boosie in the building. Let's clap one time for Boosie, y'all. Yes, sir. Boosie in the building.
Alright,
So
know
y'all
what
said
it is.
something before the show. I'm like, damn, man. I watched Boosie coming up from Harlem, you know, back in the day. You said, but he came from down bottom and turned back around and came to the show, man.
Right back.
Come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, clap for the brother, man. Say 8 hours,
Check
8.5 hours.
Dedication.
So like 8.5 hours?
Yes, 8 hours. Definitely. From where I'm from, with the part that I stay in is 8 hours. That's a fact.
Okay.
I'm representing Raleigh, Durham to the fullest, you know what I'm saying? But Harlem, you know, I bring the city to the south.
How they treat you down there, man?
Oh man, treat me lovely, man. You know, my first stop was Durham.
Right.
And you know, it ain't easy to be a Durham native because them boys is like wolves out there, man. But they treated me with a lot of love. But it's just about how you treat people, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I show them love, they show me love back. So they treated me as if I was one of them, man. And the same go for Raleigh as well. So
Yeah, I used to be in Durham back in the days.
yeah.
Used to be some money down there back in the days, man. My little hustling days, man.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to
a
you.
lot of New Yorkers done been down
I
there.
done ate down in Durham. Shout out to Durham, man. Buying that Lexus, that GS 300 with the B's on it.
Yeah.
A lot of New Yorkers out in Durham, man.
Yeah, man.
Only thing I can say about that, a lot of New Yorkers come down to Durham, North Carolina, and they'll sleep on it thinking like they country. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, nah.
They don't know they play that
Nah,
gun game.
nah,
the
nah.
same
They
way
been
play
playing the
that-
gun
that
game.
gun game up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they been playing
That's
the game.
why
man.
the average New Yorker will come down there that ain't nothing to play with and get caught slipping because they think they was something to play with.
Yeah, man.
That
Don't
just be
sleep
the
on the
problem.
brothers from down south, man.
Not at all.
They been putting in. We put work, but they put work too, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's
They don't
a
get
fact.
They're like
Twisted.
30 minutes apart, Raleigh and Durham, right?
Nah, about 20.
20 minutes,
Yeah, no doubt. No
yeah,
doubt.
I've been through both spots.
No doubt.
But yeah, so for the people, the audience, let them know where you're from.
I'm from Harlem, 146 St. Nicholas, building 723, the building Azie grew up in.
That's right, I hear that.
That's my stomping grounds.
146.
Yeah, right on the corner, right there, 723. That's where it all started, the whole saga.
Yeah, 146. I got fond memories of 146, man.
Yeah, that's Sugar Hill.
Sugar Hill all day.
What life was like growing up over there?
I mean, when I first moved there, well, we was living on 141st between Lenox and 7th, right by 40th, and moved up the hill. My mom's wanted to move there because the block was too wild. She called herself, taking us somewhere where it's more, laid back, relaxed, easy going, which it was, you know what I'm saying? But as time prevailed, got older, and, things in the street started changing. Life started changing. People got a little older. Met a few guys in teenage years, and then, a lot of other things just started evolving from that young era. But I used to have to be in the house a certain time. I couldn't come out like that. Mom ain't play none of them games like that. So I used to have to sneak out to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was lovely over there, man. It wasn't no real headaches like certain blocks. You know, certain blocks you can't go through, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Growing up.
Yeah. So what you was doing as far as growing up as a young dude, playing ball? You know, Harlem, we known for playing ball. You know, shooting pool,
That's a fact. Like,
rolling dice.
That's
shit
what I
like
do.
that.
Dice
Yeah.
all day. As I got a certain age, I played dice so much. We come outside in the summertime. We played dice starting 12 in the afternoon. Probably be leaving, going up to the roof when it start getting dark. Go up there and be up there playing dice, breaking day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But playing ball was definitely my thing. I played a lot of tournaments here and there.
Mhm.
But I did a lot of gymnastics. I did a lot of stuff, man. I played the drums. I played in marching bands. I did a lot of stuff, man, before I jumped off the porch early.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, so what it was like with you and your family, like dynamic? Do you have other siblings you grew up with? Or you
I got two brothers. My brother Aaron, Double A, they call him Double. My brother Ant, a lot of people know Ant as well, but you know, we grew up with our moms and pops, so we didn't witness or experience, should I say, growing up in a single parent household. So everything was much love on that. So we had a lot of chores. You gotta do them dishes for my mom's come home, or you ain't going outside to play. You know, we got the real home experience. So, like I said, jumping off the porch was early, and sneaking behind my mom's in the back to do what I wanted to do to keep up with the Joneses, with what everybody else could do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was like.
So what you fell in? You the oldest, middle?
I'm the oldest.
Yeah, so you had two little brothers, so you had to set the example.
No, that's a fact. All day long, I had to set the example. But, you know, at one point, when my brother was born on 41st, he was still a baby when we moved up the hill. And I was in PS 153. It was brand new, actually 3 years old when I went there. You know what I'm saying? So I was in the 3rd grade in there. And, you know, I wasn't getting into too much trouble at that point in time. But, you know, average little kid, nothing crazy. My mom's wasn't having that.
So y'all like back to back? Yes.
2 years. My brother 2 years, and the youngest one 7 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see you keep talking about your moms.
Yeah.
Your moms sound like my moms, man. My moms would be on a nigga real hard, man.
Facts,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah.
You know, the dishes shit you just finished talking about, you know, what time you coming in, all that shit, man.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
fact.
she should be on it hard, man. I can
Lights
sleep
started to
behind
go
her.
out, she started yelling.
Yeah,
It's time
yeah.
to come upstairs.
Yeah, I think all the moms around that era had the same type of style.
Yeah,
You
my
know, the
mom-
neighborhood moms looked out for the neighborhood.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And
Facts.
everybody watched everybody. And when they say your ass is time to come in the house, you gotta come in the house.
Yeah, facts.
Or you get fucked up.
My mom's though, you know, my pops moved from North Carolina to get a better way when she graduated. So that's why the New York thing is in play. And you know, so she got that South.
Yeah.
You get that whooping, ain't no
Yeah.
playing. You got
Yeah.
the chores gotta get done, all
Yeah,
that type of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And you know, we as boys, when we growing, we don't want to hear all that, but
Right.
you ain't got no choice.
You gotta earn your keep.
That's a fact. My pops was laid back, so you know, mom's kind of regulated everything, but you know, he put his foot down at times as well.
Yeah, Pops let you get away with a few things. Moms don't let you get away with shit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
She had to be tough. 'Cause she had 3 boys, so she had to set the
Right.
example.
That's
She gotta be ahead of her time. She had that instinct, boy. She'd know when something in the house ain't supposed to be in the house. That's a fact.
Shout out to the moms back in the
Yeah,
days,
definitely
man.
shout
The
out to
moms
that.
you giving me flashbacks, man, for real, man.
No doubt.
My
So-
mom used to tell me, I'm like, I'm so hard, I'm staying hard on you in case something happened to me. You know what I'm saying? You know how
Yeah.
to take care of yourself. you
Yeah,
know?
she said, I whoop you because I love you. You'll never understand
Right,
until you
right.
get older. And now I understand it.
Yeah. Mom used to say it's hurt me more than it hurting you.
That's
I ain't
right.
understand
You
that
ain't
shit,
understand
man.
it.
But you know
So
what
you caught
I'm
it
saying? I'm the one getting the ass
That's
whipping.
a fact.
Talking about hurt me more than it's hurting you.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's a fact. Till you caught your first bid up, man. Then
But
you understand what the
Bet them
whooping
moms, I'm telling you right now, and I hate to say it, the truth. If I murdered a nigga, my mother said it wasn't my son.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. He'll tell you.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Me and my mother like this. Them moms right now that's growing up now, they in the joint smoking hookah, You know what I'm saying? Drinking champagne, they leaving little kids to fend for themselves.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that's why they a little reckless out there, man. Our moms was honest, like, yo, what?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? This is 8 o'clock, it's 8:01.
Yeah.
This nigga, you just coming in the door. Like, mom's only 1 minute.
Yeah.
Boom, hold that. Come do that again. Like, God damn, 1 fucking minute. But these moms of today, man, they need to get their shit together, man. You know?
Yeah, that's a fact, man. A lot of them let their kids roam around and do what they want to do, and now they feel like, you know, when they try to put a hold on to them, it's too late. You got to stop them young men early.
Yeah, get them early.
You know what I'm saying? Because if not, then now it's like, man, what I'm listening to her for? The same way they don't want to listen to somebody that's older than them now. That be outside with them, they don't want to listen to them now.
Yeah, my mother had to fear God, man. That's how the moms had us back in the day, fear God. She said, I'm gonna tell you one more time, you know that, man. All right,
That's
pull
a
up
fact.
real quick. She ain't even had to do nothing.
That's a
You
fact.
start thinking about the last joint, nigga like, nah, I don't want that shit again.
You poking your lips out too.
Word.
Pow!
Stomp your feet, don't stomp your feet.
Yeah.
Nigga, you just stomp your feet.
Yeah.
Bring your ass back over here, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But that's what these little dudes, I'm only talking about that because these little dudes, they need that shit now, man.
Yeah,
'cause
they
they
definitely
reckless,
need it.
man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They
Word.
definitely need it. So now the structure, mom and dad.
Right.
How I felt now when you jumped off the porch and getting into the streets? Because now, did you have a fear factor with your mom? Because y'all got close knit family, or you just like fuck it?
I was always a risk taker. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I always thought I was slick and slicker than her. So you know, it came to a point in time when I'm like, my homeboys could stay out longer, they could stay out later. We get caught playing hooky. When we get caught, I get my ass whooped. Can't come outside on punishment. They still back outside.
Yeah.
But one thing about it, they caught bids.
Yeah,
at
early.
time. So that saved me. It goes back to what he just said. It hurts me more than it hurts you.
Yeah.
So, but that's what saved me back then. But I still took risks with being outside and doing things. Want to be in the streets hustling. You know what I'm saying? At a certain age. But it didn't start off like it started probably like 10 years old. I wanted to get some money, and I was watching my nigga do his thing. This was before Azie was Azie. And I was a young boy, and I wanted to get me some money, and he would just give me certain things to do. Like you see the cleaners in the Paid in Full movie. When he used to deliver the clothes, I told him I could deliver. He'd let me deliver because he was a good dude. He always wanted to make sure you get some money, but never could do what he was doing because he wasn't even at his prime yet. He ain't even touched it, scratched the surface yet.
Yeah.
But that's where my mentor was at. I needed to make me some money.
So he had you doing that, running with the cleaners. So like you said, you young, that money was good.
Nah,
Doing
that's a
that.
fact.
Yeah.
You know?
So when did you first meet Azie?
When we moved
How'd
into
y'all
the
meet each
building,
other?
we moved into the building. We moved into the building. He was already living in there. So you know, they used to sit on the steps when we used to go to school. We come home from school. They sitting out there on the building when we come from school. And then he started working in the cleaners, and I used to go by there sometime, and he'd be in there with his homeboys playing checkers. I'll go in there. I'm the youngest one out the bunch, but I'm just hanging with the big boys at the time. So I met him from my building. So it was just inevitable that we was gonna, you know what I'm saying, meet or whatever. But I was always curious about making some money,
Right.
and that's what that was all about.
So was it hard for him, since you was like his little shorty, little brother type, when he's out there in the first pack or whatever y'all dealings with came about? Was it hard for him? Was he reluctant, like, nah, I can't do that? 'Cause you know some young dudes, you know their mom, y'all in the building, be like, oh, your mom, I don't want to hear her mouth. You know what I'm saying? When they get the little shorties in the game.
Right, that's a
You
fact.
know, you always have to be the first thing when you have a shorty. And y'all all from the same block. The first thing you worry about is their mom. You're like, nah, she ain't gonna be mad at me.
That's similar to what D. Hayden was talking about on the
Yeah,
interview.
exactly.
With Jay-Z when he was, you know, Jay-Z moms
Yeah.
wouldn't allow him to do it.
Yeah.
But you know, he started with doing it, but his mother didn't feel that way. She was more like, you know, like a
Well, with A,
brother-sister type relationship.
with A, I was like I said, I was just watching what he was doing. He was making his moves inside of the cleaners. You know what I'm saying? As a young boy, Mr. Jimmy used to leave him to regulate the cleaners. So he, you know, I don't know how, when he discovered doing that. I just started noticing certain things. Sell a bottle for 20, half for 10. Pour it in the bill, close it back up. Somebody else want the other half. So I just started noticing. when I moved up to junior high school, I'm telling him, y'all want to get some money? He was like, nah, because of my mom's, just like you said. So I said, man, I can find something. And I met one of my little Spanish homies in school. And one time I remember I bought him something. The Spanish homie was stealing it from his brother. And I bought something to A, and he put it on his hand, and he licked it. He was like, oh, that shit kind of hype. He said, you can get a lot of that? I was like, yeah, and homie told me you can get it. I go back to school. Next day, homie in there with black eyes and all that. His brother done caught him stealing in the stash and whooped him out. So
Got caught stealing.
getting that wasn't a factor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But A still didn't really want to do nothing with me at that point in time back then. But, you know, fast forward, A started blowing up, getting money. I think it was his first car was a Toyota Corolla, a rust-colored joint. Put the first dude in there, I think, in New York, well, in Harlem, with a system, with the bucket hat. I'll never forget. After that, they killing, you know, he was killing them in the building. He moved to the building. Once he's in the building, I'm gonna say doing about 50, 60,000 a day in the building, and I'm fast forwarding.
Right.
After that, he moved down the hill to the jukebox. If y'all familiar with the jukebox, y'all remember the jukebox. Moved down to the jukebox. I would think I was starting to go to high school at the time, and then I started hanging down there. He still wouldn't let me hustle, but he let me run the, you know, Jason, God bless the dead, he used to be in there regulating. At times when Jason wasn't in there, I could be in there, and they want to get more work out, open the game up, take the work out, put the money in there, they'll come pick the money up or send somebody to come get the money. So just little stuff like that. I just started graduating slowly but surely, and by watching. And the more I hung around, the more I wore him down and let me get some money with him. You know what I'm saying? Facts.
Yeah.
So that's just basically how that saga started with A. And after that, I just started venturing out, learning to do my own thing just by watching. One thing I can say about A is a lot of cats that was getting money with A, a lot of them is still out here to this day if they passed away from whatever they passed away from. But other than that, everybody going to jail, fed time. You know, a lot of people didn't do that. A lot of people caught bids here and there. But A was always a good dude, and he moved smart. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, got to give my brother his props on that, man. And that's why he still here to this day.
So did you run into Rich Porter anywhere along the lines?
That's my big brother.
Right.
Yeah, ran Rich Porter all the time. My brother Jay Black, my brother Slade, they was the one running that situation for Rich Porter. You played ball with Jay Black.
Yeah.
Facts. That's my brother. But Rich, yeah, I used to rock with Rich, get work from Rich here and there. But I had a spot on 133rd in South, and right on the corner where Mace used to live at. Mace used to live down the block. And we opened up one winter. I'm killing him. Rich Porter was locked up. He had just came back home for that murder charge he had. Just came home. Once he came home, he opened up on 132nd where the garage is at, around the corner. Once he opened up, he had some bottles this long, like 2 of mine. I started noticing my shit start slacking up. I go around the corner hanging out with him, and you know, we used to hang around the corner, you know, bugging out and all that. He was like, damn, man, this shit clicking, man. Damn. He said, yo, y'all got y'all shit clicking like that? He said, oh yeah, y'all fell off. He made a joke on me, my nigga. And shut my shit down. I had to shut it down, man. Cause I couldn't compete with what he had, man. But that was my brother though, and whatever I needed, he'd give it to me. But that was that.
So you was around the time when Rich met Azie?
Yeah, but I don't know exactly how it happened. I know A was going with Rich's sister, and I think A met Pat.
That's Pat,
I mean,
right?
yeah, Pat, and which is my sis. What's up, sis? And he met Rich some kind of way that way, but you know, I just started seeing Rich and them when they used to ride on the dirt bikes. Him and my boy Clyde, God bless the dead Clyde. Me and him went to school together, so they used to ride on the dirt bikes and all that. And so I used to see Rich around that time. I never really mingled or talked to him. It was always a who is that? These are them fly niggas from up the hill,
Right.
coming down on dirt bikes and things of that nature. And as I got older my experiences started to, you know, be around Rich. We used to all go play ball, 30,000 a game with the Queens niggas, with Just Black, Just God bless him, my bro. And you know, they used to come get us to play ball. So that's really the ties that I had with Rich. Just a little bit of things here and there, but my main bro is J Black and Slade that was with Rich all the time. But Rich Mars, Velma, God bless her, that was like a mother to me. She looked out for me several times with certain things, schooling me with stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, and I remember when Rich was packing bags, but other than that, I don't have no young ordeals with Rich, just an older version of when I got older. And was in the
So in that era right there, you know, so you had to see Alpo around there too, or something like that, because they all
the time.
You know the stories and all that. You was in the movie.
Well, it was a nigga ride on a Suzuki, wheeling on my block. Drop it, come back. First time we ever really seen a nigga wheeling a motorcycle was a Suzuki, orange joint.
Right.
Had a helmet on, so I don't know who it is. We like, damn, who is that wheeling all the block, all the way up the block? Long story short, he was doing that because he was, you know, trying to get in with A. I found that out later, but later on down the road, he used to come to the block once he got with A. A told me one time that he was going to buy a car, and Alpo seen an Impulse. If anybody knew him for the first black Impulse back in the day, A bought that for him.
Right.
He's like, yo, you keep watching that. A was going to buy a car. He was like, yo, you keep watching that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, I like that shit. That shit mean. He said, you want it? He said, yeah. He told homie to wrap that up for him. He said he had 70 grand or something in his pocket. He said he went on and bought it for Alpo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Poe been humble and loyal to A ever since. He ain't never looked back. So, you know, I got mad stories with Poe playing ball, definitely playing ball. I even saved Poe's life one time at the Apollo, him and Wayne Perry. And he was fighting some, you know, the cat was standing behind him. And while Poe knocked one of them on the ground. And then he was fighting with the other one, and Wayne pulling out the joint with the banana clip about to hit him, but he ain't see the Brooklyn dude behind him. The homie was reaching like and trying to figure out when to pop.
Right.
So I hit Wayne and I'm like, yo, my nigga, so behind you, and he looked back, but the police was coming. The police was coming hard. Somebody done told him, because I guess they seen Wayne pulling the gun. As they coming towards me, they pulling them went that way. The niggas police grabbed me right on 25th, pulled my pants down. Looking for the gun. Somebody said I had the gun. They searching me crazy.
Yeah.
So around that time, that saved his life because he wouldn't even seen that coming. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
I got you.
So that's stories like that with Poe, and it's like it's a whole bunch of stories I could give you, man. It's y'all gotta come on, feed it.
Nah, we didn't want to get into the post. I just told him because of that era. So, Gangsta Lou, right?
Brother.
Your brother. So when they formed, him and A formed, what's the rap group they formed?
Mob Style.
Mob Style. You was around for that Mob Style
Oh,
thing?
that's a fact. Day one, I was around for that.
The first gangster rap East Coast dudes, right?
East Coast shit. I remember they just went at it with against NWA.
Yeah, Mob Style. Mob Style was hot for a little minute though, man.
So A wanted to start rapping, and he was rapping on his own for himself. I remember we used to go out to this white boy house. I think his name was Jerry. A used to go over there and record. So he used to do some songs, and then Whip Wop. Y'all familiar with Whip Wop?
Yeah.
That was like A little brother in his heart. So he used to write for Whip Wop. And he wanted to test Whip Wop's skills and see what he was about. So he took Whip Wop to the studio. Whip Wop did his thing, nailed it. Gangsta Lou just told me the other day that he went with A and them to the studio, and this is how it started formulating. So when he went with them to the studio, he told A, he was like, yo, I could do that too. He was like, what, do what? He was like, I can go in the booth and do that. A went inside of Gangsta Lou went inside of the booth, and A put the beat on, and he spit what he spit over that beat. And A was like, yo, who wrote that? Who joined? He was like, what? That's my joint. He was like, when you write that? He said, I just did it just now. And he went in there and did it without no pen and no pad. And that was history right there. And then Tone came around later from Queens. I don't remember. I think.
Oh,
Blue
Tone
brought
Capone
Tone.
from Queens?
Yeah, Tone from Queens. Tone from Queens.
Wow.
That's a fact. And then he came around later on, and he went crazy on it, and Aiden and them formulated the mob style group.
Yeah, that tape was hot though.
They never looked back.
That tape was hot.
They got so crazy that Azie and them came at them.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. NWA,
Because of the gangster.
Trying to be like us, sound like us.
Right,
Ashes
right.
to ashes,
Yeah.
dust to dust.
Yeah. He easy with all that though.
Yeah, they went all
Gangsta
that.
Lou had some hard. I like Play for Keeps.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That Play for Keeps. That
gangster
that's my
shit,
joint.
all that.
Yeah,
My
that gangster
Play for Keeps
shit,
is my
yeah.
favorite.
That gangster shit is crazy.
Y'all get the likes up, hit that subscribe button, get the likes up.
Hey, call and give them the number, Doc.
Call in, y'all want to talk to Big Boosie, 646-628-4264. 646-628-4264.
That was in Harlem. Started formulating a little rap. A lot of people started rapping around that time. Then Doug came out later on, and then
Doug Fresh been out.
No, but I'm saying what's his name? From your homie Big Al.
Big Al's my brother.
Yeah, Harlem started making. And what's the other dudes from St. Nicholas Place?
Rex and Fat, Ted Riley.
And Kool Mo D.
No, Kool Mo D's from.
He went from St.
He from
Nicholas.
Convent. He from
From
Convent.
From Compton, Manhattan, yeah, over here, yeah, up the hill,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wild Wild
he
West.
from that
Wow,
brand,
yeah, exactly. So, all right, so when you jumped off the porch, I'm saying, so, and AZ didn't want to let you rock, so you just went into your own lane and you just kept you went out of town. So what you
I
did?
used to run the store. Used to pay me $2,000 a week. So I'm about 15, 16. I get that little $2,000 a week. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, back then, it's a hell of a
Back
lot of money, motherfucker, right?
Back
I
then, you
ain't-
did a lot with
Yeah.
$5. I remember my mom giving my sister $2 a piece, and that was good. $2, you know, you could buy a lot of stuff for 15 cents. We had dollar cookies. So
Quarter waters.
The chips was
Them
so,
motherfucking French fries.
French fries.
You go to the pool and get the French fries.
Oh yes,
With the
yeah,
ketchup.
yeah, the ketchup, 75 cents.
The wrinkled
The wrinkled
looking
joint,
joints.
75 cents. And the rice for the Chinese store, $1. The rice and gravy. You put the salt and pepper on it. But it's $2,000. We trying to give a
Shit was
people
rough
So,
back
yeah, I
a
used to get
picture how
$2,000.
2000 was.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a lot of
I
bread.
go up the hill, go get my homies, take them shopping and all that. We used to go have fun. And, you know, I used to try to save my money, just, you know, paying attention to what was really going on. So after that, some shit jumped off of the jukebox. Niggas robbed the jukebox. A shut the jukebox down, moved down to 134th Street. Between 7th and Lenox. That's when you had Cato, God bless the dead, Travis from downtown, all of them was up in there. We was in there for a little, I was in there actually hustling at the time. My boy Ken Swift, we was all in there. And he ain't staying in that building too long. That's when he created the Location 132, what they talk about in the records. The Location 132.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He moved over there and had the store, and then like moved around the corner, and he was making his moves. But I kind of started doing my own thing. The building that we grew up in that he had, I actually started opening up, doing my thing in that building, formulated my own team, my own crew, and was doing my own thing at that point in time.
Yeah, that's crazy. Those are the days right there.
Nah, big facts.
Those are the days, man. You can't
It was rough times, but
It's
it was
rough,
good
yeah.
times.
What's that, like 80 what?
all through
85.
from 80
Yeah,
all the way
yeah.
to
Yeah, that's
like
a fact.
early 90s.
80s was heavy then.
That's a rough time, but those were the times when streets was respected.
Yeah, it
How
was.
it was supposed to be. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
it
saying?
was. Yes, 100%.
That essence is gone. There's no more respect factor.
Yeah, we have rules out there, man.
That's a fact.
We have rules. The word, we say word is bond all the time. You know, you had to stick to that. Your word is your bond.
Yeah, you can't sell
Or niggas be
nobody
saying
a
you're on
drink.
my mother, on my mom's and
That's
all
a
that.
fact.
You know, but we respect it when my mother, you said on your mom, said on your mom's, all right.
Yeah.
Nigga, believe it.
That's a fact.
You could be lying like a motherfucker.
That's a fact.
But when niggas said, because our words was our bond back then, man. So you would take that. You say that now, niggas look at you crazy. You know what I'm saying? But back then we had rules, man. Snitches got stitches. Niggas ain't telling, man.
That's what I
You know what I'm saying? Or me and a homie got a beef. We talk it out. If it ain't that serious, we talk it out, man. Let that shit go, man.
That's
We
a
get
fact.
money, man. That shit, word. You know, Niggas ain't talking nothing out now, man. It's like everything is total opposite, man.
Well, you know, there is such thing as a code. And like you said, back then, the code was, if you do tell, you're gonna get your brains blown out.
Right.
Bottom line.
Right.
That's not happening no more.
Right.
Back then, even the regular civilian people was scared to tell the police what's going
Yeah.
on because
Right.
they scared
Yeah.
somebody would come back and do
And get
something
it. That's
to them.
right. That's right.
So it was a code.
Mhm.
Now, the code is not no more because it's not respected, because the snitch game then overrided. It overrided everything that we stood for. And, you know, basically now the way it's so many cameras everywhere, so you can't do but certain things no more anyway.
Mhm.
So why the young kids is out here bugging is because they're learning ignorance and it's easier for them to beef. Now, back in the day, we have to go to the club and see somebody and beef, or we might bump into somebody at the
Right.
store and beef.
Mhm.
You know, we have to bump into each other and beef. Now, they got the internet. They on Instagram.
Mhm.
They on Facebook. Why you like my girl picture, homeboy? When I see you, it's on sight.
Yeah, yeah.
Stupid ignorance.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why you hear about shootings in the mall, little young boys,
Mhm.
because now it's on sight and they don't have no respect factor,
Right.
and they don't understand that it's that quick to go to jail, man,
Mhm.
until they get in there.
Yeah.
So that's why it's, you know, the streets is damaged in a major way, man.
And I'll be honest, and you saying that, I don't see no solution to that shit, man.
And not at all, because
You know,
like
you can
we
police all you want, but that shit is all the way out of control right now, man. You just gotta be on point from this point on. How you gonna fix that shit, man?
only way we could do is
How you gonna fix it?
preaching what we
That
preach.
shit is out of control, right? Out of
Yeah.
control. You know what I'm saying? Like the day I turn on the news, Grand Projects, 125th Street, two buses going up Amsterdam Avenue. Some kid shot at the buses, man, and ran.
That's
You
crazy.
shooting live rounds at a bus.
That's
That
crazy.
shit ain't funny, man. Yo, they shoot at, you know, back in the day we had the BB gun and we used to be up in the window and we shoot them up and run back and all that shit, be laughing and shit at, you know, but these niggas shooting live rounds at a bus, man. I was like, yo, that shit is crazy out there, yo.
Nah, that's buck wild, bro.
Bad, man.
And it's an epidemic. It's a real.
It ain't just New
epidemic.
York. It's everywhere.
Man, it's everywhere. All the young boys,
Everywhere.
any town I go to, it's always a problem, especially in the country. You see, the country down south is worse because it's this big.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a big town, and everybody know everybody. As soon as something happen, they telling. They
Mhm.
telling, and it's gonna travel that fast. So it's the epidemic is all our little young boys getting locked up, and it's back to back to back. The same way they killing, the same way they out there telling on each other is an epidemic. Cause one person can bring down 5 or 10 people.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the way they out there get 5 or 10 of them to go and shoot somebody else up, they wake up worrying about the ops. They not worried about getting no money.
Nah, at all.
That's true. They definitely worry about the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about Harlem, the state of Harlem? What you feel about that?
I think Harlem done changed. I think Harlem done got soft, man. Harlem is not trendsetters no more. We was trendsetters. We set the trend for any fly, get fresh, get money. Now it's like, when I come around, it's dry. People doing the same thing. Sitting on the corner, same corner. Yo, Boosie, what up? Make me laugh for a minute. Yo, you can get $20. Yo, I ain't up here. I'm up here visiting, man.
Yeah,
Like, get
yeah.
out. Like, it's the same old nothing, man. It's like, come on, man. What are we doing out here, man? Like, I see some of my friends doing things. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. But I want to see some of the young boys do things. But the reason why they ain't gonna do nothing, because they don't respect us no more as OGs. They like, man, I don't care about what he doing, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling y'all what to do. Y'all follow me. Whoever the toughest one out the little young boy crew, they gonna follow him. And they gonna follow him to a path where they wish they can get out of it. And then when they in jail, he don't come with no bail money. He don't come with no commissary money. And mama done told him, yo, I told you to leave him alone.
Mhm.
So that really got the state of Harlem messed up, man.
Like,
Harlem-
like
Harlem
you said,
is
it's no
different.
originality. They follow everything.
No
You
originality.
know, they think they from Chicago like crazy. This is sickening.
Yeah, it's
Harlem used to be the town, like, you know, like if you come from out of town, anywhere out of town, or if you come from one of the boroughs, everybody know you go to Harlem to play. You know what I'm saying? You come to, you know, Harlem got some bad chicks. Queens, Brooklyn, don't get it twisted. Bronx got some. But you go to Harlem to play, shine, get fresh.
That's a fact.
You know, summertime, we got all the basketball games.
Tournaments.
You know what I'm saying? You go to 125th Street, you used to have the little pictures up, go in front, take a picture by the Apollo. It was a fun place to be, but now that shit is like reckless, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like crazy reckless, man. It don't have the identity is totally gone.
Nah, it's gone. The identity gone. They created their own identity, and right now it's like, what can we do? And like you said, there's no changing it. But if we could change one, all right, cool. That's just our job as the OGs now. Keep spitting what we spitting. If we change one, maybe he can reach people after we instill it in him. If 10 of them together and hearing it, one of them like it, all right, cool. 10 not, we can't help everybody. But we gonna stay trying.
Yeah, you gotta keep trying, man. Just like we, you know, when we was enslaved back in the days, and we had to keep fighting, you know, to get some type of respect out here. We gotta keep fighting. Can't give up no matter what. You still gotta keep going, man.
That's a big
But
fact.
I know I talked to I talked to young dude like a couple of weeks ago, and he was listening. I said, I got this nigga. Nigga paying attention, and that nigga tapped me. He said, OG, no disrespect, man. He said, but y'all had your time. This is our time.
Right.
I said, dang. I said, I talked to a nigga for like an hour and a half, man. And this what he motherfucker gonna tell me, man. Yeah, that nigga said, OG, no disrespect. Nah, that nigga ain't even call me OG, man. The nigga called me triple OG. The fuck is a triple OG, man? What the fuck is that? Nigga look that old to you, man?
That's his
Nigga
full
said it's
respect.
triple OG. But he was talking respectfully, but he was like, y'all had your time.
Right.
This is our time, and the part that he got me the most, he said, yo, we don't expect to live past 25.
That's sad.
I said,
bro.
what?
That's sad.
They said he don't expect to live past 25, so be.
We never thought
Crazy.
about that. And I lost one of my good friends that was well known named Shaft in Harlem at 15
Yeah,
years
Shaft,
old.
yeah.
He was 15, man.
Shaft was only 15?
He was 15 when he died. We was in
Damn.
Willie's Lounge. I was sitting right in there. I ain't
What's your name?
I
Died
remember
young
that.
too.
But it ain't seem like, I guess, because when you live in the moment, you don't realize, but
Yeah,
God,
you don't
damn.
know how time flew.
Yeah,
man.
Shaft was 15.
Was
What's your name?
15.
What's my man name, man?
Damn.
We was out there playing with them,
you should go to,
guns early.
Light skinned kid. He was killing them back in the days.
Von Drew.
No, man. Tall dude.
Playing with
You should go to, yeah, what's his name, man? Damn, it's gonna come to me.
You played ball?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you in a minute, man. Y'all keep going, man. He died young. He got killed young too. He was killing them too. Light skinned dude, man.
Smile.
Nah, man. Give me a second. Keep going, Doc. Talk to me. It's going. You know when I say the name, you gonna know what I'm talking about. I can't think of it right now. Light skinned pretty boy. He was killing them at one time, man. All the girls liked him. He was getting money.
Oh, you talking about from the Bronx?
Nah, he's from Harlem, man.
From Harlem?
Yeah. He used to go to rooftop all the time, man.
And he got killed playing ball. Man, he was a
What
ball
the fuck
player.
this dude,
You was a
man?
ball player?
Wow.
Nah, I don't know if he was. I don't even know if he was nice with the game, but he was tall though. What's this nigga name, man?
That's
I
crazy.
can't think. But
Get the likes up, y'all.
yeah,
wanna
hit my
talk
man
to
Boosie, Big Boosie.
646 628 4264.
Yeah, the name will come
I mean
in a few
646
minutes.
628 4264. So now, you got any of your brothers into the game with you?
My brother Ant, because you know my other brother was still young at the time. My brother Ant was running around with me a little bit, but so like I said, I had the spot 723 in the building. I'm used to being there. A few other guys used to hustle here and there, but I kind of put a team together. I structured my thing early, and after a while, my brother Ant found a spot on 142nd between Broadway and Hamilton. That's right around the corner from OG Warren, and then OG Warren cousin, his name is Gordo. He be running with
I know
Jay-Z
Gordo.
and them. Yeah, that's my little brother.
Mm.
So he used to. I found the spot, and I told him I found the spot. I need him to hit me. I started spending cash with him, and he even throw me some stuff. So I go to. It was a whole building. We had the whole building. Actually, I'm doing a documentary on it. It's gonna be called The King of Deuces.
Okay.
Cause I took $2 selling $2 bottles to the top. We was doing $10,000-$15,000 selling
Killing
$2
the
bottles.
game. We got to call it. We
What
got
up,
to
what up,
call it.
caller? You here? You want to talk to Boosie?
Call him. We can't hear you.
They'll take it off the Bluetooth. They'll take off the Bluetooth.
Put on the speaker.
solutions, or you stated, as far as the OG, they don't respect the OG. And one of the reasons is, first of all, the OG did not pass the torch correctly. There was too much competition. You know, there was a time where we passed the torch to the next generation, and we set the standard, and we're not doing that anymore. We compromise our souls, we compromise our communities for $1 in the wrong way. There was a time when we was buying the block. There was a time we turned dirty money to good money, and we bought the block. We don't do that anymore. We rather stand in line and make Popeye's chicken sandwiches go viral, but we do not do anything to say, let's change this. You know, so we are the problem. And until we own that, I'm 46 years old, so I'm going to say this. Until we understand that we are the reason that this is the way it is, we can't just blame this generation without blaming us for allowing this generation to be where it is.
Well, that's a deep conversation to have, because really we can blame this generation due to the fact of it depends on what they learned at home, and then when they want to hang outside and be grown.
I don't know if y'all can hear me.
And they
We hear you.
and they want to hang outside and be grown. So once they hang outside and be grown, then when we try to coach them with certain things, they're gonna look at us and say, "We ain't gotta listen to you. We figure it out our own way." But if you all listening and you all listening live, if the kids is out there, after we try to show them certain things and they don't want to listen, then it's not our fault. Now I get what you're saying about buying Popeye's chicken beforehand. Me, I'm the type, I cook every day in my house. The majority, I don't really eat fast food unless I'm on the road like I did today. I'll do that. And if I can't find nothing off the highway. But second of all, me and my friends, we like to we putting things out in the community. Like right now, I go out and feed the homeless. Like every weekend, I go out feed the homeless, whether it's chips, cookies. I even cook a lot of food, and we'll take plates out there, and I'll get some of the kids to try and help. I'm starting a MEP program, MEP, Mentors Entrepreneur Program. So I'm starting that. My friend, he's starting his J Black, which is the J Black, you know, he has a company that move trailers, mobile homes, and he grab a bunch of guys from the neighborhood to come and work. Sometimes he gotta go look for them. Where y'all at? Oh, bro, can you bail me out of jail? I got in trouble last night. I'll work it off. You know, ignorant stuff. But we putting stuff out there. We not the only ones. And a lot of my friends is home now and getting ready to put some things. My homeboy just came home. Stein. That's my brother from 40th. He
Stein home?
Yeah, he's home.
Wow.
And he's helping. He learned law. He learned that law stuff in jail. He actually helped a few brothers and all that get out of jail. So he's getting ready to actually structure somewhere he can do that same thing with brothers out here and still do it with brothers in jail, because that's what we're gearing up to do. So it is people out here. I'm not the only one. I'm sure y'all not the only one.
Not at all.
There's people everywhere else that's doing it. So I get what she's saying, but them young dudes overpower us when it's time for us to try to teach them. And then they gonna get with, yo, you was listening to him. They get with each other. Man, don't worry about that. I'm telling you what this is, man. And they're gonna do what they want to do anyway. Even though he probably gearing towards what we saying, or she gearing towards what we saying, but sometimes they overpower what we saying. So we can't buy up stuff because everything out here is already, the white man done took it anyway. Now I can say that we was slow. The buildings was $1 back in the days. And we ain't learned that game, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we can take fault for it took us forever to learn what we knew back then, and didn't get them buildings for $1, but we still
we
ain't
didn't get
have
the
nobody to
buildings
teach
because
us.
we came up, we were visual. We seen the OGs in the cars, we seen them with
Facts.
the minks,
Facts.
we seen it with the gators, we seen it with the jury, the stacks in their pockets, having a good time, popping bottles,
Facts.
fun.
Facts.
We seen all that, you know? But my point is that we didn't buy the buildings, but we respected our elders though. We respected older people.
Right.
They don't respect older people.
Right.
I respected your mother, your mother, your mother.
That's a fact.
Because they was older. My mother raised me to respect my elders. I couldn't even call my mother named Loretta. I couldn't call Loretta. I called her Ma. I called Loretta. What you say?
That's a fact.
Man, damn, call your name.
That's a
You
fact.
can't even call her name because that's a respect. So when I'm saying that comes from the crib,
That's a fact.
we got to do our part out here as the OGs, but man, the family got to raise you, man. They got to teach you.
That's
my
where it
mom's
started.
like he was talking about our moms earlier. I got to be in the house 8. I come at 8:05. You know, I'm getting the whip because I'm 5 minutes late. She helped me. She kept me in line. Parents, you got to parent better. You got to watch your kids and keep them in line.
That's it.
That's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure they do their homework. I can't go outside. Let me see your homework. I got to show the homework. It's done. All right, you can go outside. Be back in here 8 o'clock. Y'all got to do that. Y'all got to get on them a little tough. I got 3 sons.
Yep.
I'm still on them. 2 of them grown and 1 of them little. I'm still on them because I'm not going to see them do that shit. So
Because
it ain't all about the OGs, man. It's about the crib.
Pardon me, bro.
Yeah.
But it ain't about, right. And we can't teach them nothing if they don't want to learn nothing.
Exactly.
So it's not our fault that we, because we want to go to Bojangles or Popeyes. If we do, as long as we make the money and earn it the right way, then we can go to Bojangles or Popeyes. It doesn't matter about none of that. It matters about if they want to listen or not. If they don't listen, we can tell you and then you roll on, don't call my phone when you're in trouble because you're not going to spend my hard-earned money to bail you out of jail because you would have did something dumb.
Mm-hmm.
My mom always told me, yeah, I keep doing it. You do it again, I ain't coming to get you.
Yeah, I heard that conversation too.
Yeah, but she still came and got me.
Still got but she's trying to put that fear guard in you. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. That's a fact.
Yeah, they don't
You know?
feel God.
Shorty,
Yeah, they don't fit, man.
shout out to Shorty D65. He says the gang culture. I agree with him.
That's a fact.
It's definitely the gang
It's a
culture.
fact. And
Because
you
the
know,
gangs, everything is gang now. What up, gang? Everything is gang.
that's a fact. And you know that put a big dent in East Coast, New York, state of mind.
But I blame a lot of the gang stuff because now I gotta fault the community on that. Because when we grew up, right, we had mad programs, man. Different tournaments. We had PAL. We had Milbank. We had
right.
Boys of Yesteryears.
That's a fact.
Each one teach one.
Cadets.
You know what I'm saying? Cadets. You had all kind of different
Right.
programs. We had summer youth programs. You know, we had all kind of things with jobs where our moms could stick us somewhere. And then we have to leave at a certain time.
Right.
They took all the programs away, so the little kids are like, they out there, so, you know.
No, I don't think. I
You know,
think it.
I
I
mean,
mean, it
you
started
know.
with the gangs because, like, the gangs, like I said, started from jail, and then it was meant to stay in jail, and then it spilled over to the streets, and then it went crazy.
Yeah, but all the
Because
kids ain't get caught up in that.
Nah,
Your
yeah.
sons ain't in that.
No,
Their
they
sons
not.
and mine ain't.
No,
So,
but I'm saying the era.
You
right,
But
come on.
Just think like this.
You know?
The gangs ain't come to like 96, 97 streets. Before then, what gangs it was?
Nah, Brooklyn, the Bronx had mad.
No, but they had
Gangs
Brook-
been around since the 60s.
They
No,
been around
Black
heavy.
Spades,
Black
yeah.
Spades.
Yeah.
No man.
But it was different type of gangs.
I'm older than y'all, so
Yeah, no, but I know what
No,
you're
but
talking about. He do too.
No, but I'm saying it was different. Like I said,
The education of Sonny Carson, remember they had all them gangs, Tomahawks.
Yeah, but that's more of
Yeah, but gangs been around.
No, it's been around, but it's not like how it
Nigga,
was.
I was in the gang when I was little, man.
No, but you know what I'm saying, right?
You know, we had the
It ain't-
jacket, we had the
that's-
jackets and all that.
yeah, that's
with those
something
hats
of
on the
a
back. But we was cool
Yeah, that
gangs
was
though.
a
You know what I'm saying?
neighborhood gang.
Yeah, neighborhood
That's
shit.
neighborhood gang. But this gang culture
I
now
know,
is
I
more
know,
organized,
I know,
more
yeah.
structured, rather where it came from. But even the guys who created them is trying to say stop.
Right.
Even Tookie before he passed, before they put him to death, wanted to tell him leave it alone.
But you want to hear the funny part about the gangs though? Check it out. Now we know LA mad gangs, right? LA blood, Crippin', everything else, hard body for years. They ain't even popping off like they used back in the day. They made a truce and they stuck to it.
That's about some money.
And LA was with a body, hard body than anybody. If I can remember back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But LA don't calm
But
down.
you know what I don't get about New York? I don't get about New York. Like you have guys from LA, they look down on the Bloods and Crips in New York. And you got guys from Chicago look bad down on New York dudes like, yo, y'all bite. Every time, like, the young guys on line talk about that GD, BD stuff, like, now it's, like, spilled over to there. Like, mostly in Brooklyn, you see it. They say GDs and stuff. So they looking down on y'all. They're not looking at y'all as an equal. They're not looking at as, okay, you GD from Chicago, we GDs from New York, we the same. They looking down on y'all. Same
Because it's
like
different
the Crips.
towns, man. That's all. It's
No,
like it's
but
different
no,
towns.
but I'm saying is the originality what he was saying.
Mhm.
Like why jack somebody else style?
It's like we
If
being
you're gonna have a
followers.
gang,
Yeah,
have
we
something else.
follow.
Call yourself something else.
Yeah, we followers, man.
Yeah.
And
Don't
that ain't
have-
good. We trendsetters.
Trendsetters. So New
We
York,
make noise.
New York means nothing now out of town, like it
Mhm.
used to be.
Nah.
Cause it's
Yeah.
like now, like New York adopted everything. Like you know what I'm saying? They don't look at New York the same like they used to.
Yeah, ain't
Because we
making
never had no
noise.
Bloods, Crips, GDBDs. And that's strictly a Chicago and LA thing. Whack 100 always go at Bloods and Crips. He like, yo, he destroys them. Snoop Dogg destroys them. The guys in Chicago, they talk about
They
these
grew
little
up
dudes
that.
online.
That's their
Yeah.
life.
And that's they shit.
And,
That's
you know,
they shit.
They ain't really pushing the envelope the way that it's being pushed over here.
Yeah.
The way that envelope being pushed over here is how it used to be pushed over there. While and they calming down because they already see that life that they grew up in, it doesn't make any sense to do it in the structure how they was doing it, killing each other up, go back over here, kill them over here. At the end of the day, somebody had to say, what do it all mean, man? I'm going back over there. Somebody, and what's hard is somebody kill your friend and you about that business. You know you don't want to go get some get back. So it's hard for one of them to have to say, y'all got one up on me, we gonna call the truce because y'all know we can get at one of y'all come back. Somebody gotta just bite the bullet and leave it alone. And that's what a lot of them done over there until one of them do something crazy that's young-minded, ignorant, and stir it back up. But so far it's been cool over there.
Yeah, not only that though,
He hit the hit on the nail.
they banned
He hit the
he
nail.
right, he right about that. But I'm saying they also, the gangs in LA also came together too because the police in LA be doing disrespectful out there, man. And they saying, damn, we killing each other and these niggas is fucking us up. So if we bring this thing in, we need to go at these dudes, man. Shut these dudes down, man. Cause you know, all them crimes is going crazy, you know?
To add on to that, I think what happened, or not what happened when Jim Brown started his American program.
Mm.
Remember, he had it from the 60s. He was real pivotal in keeping a lot of the leaders out of prison.
Right.
Educating them. You know what I'm saying?
Black Panthers
With
and
a
all that.
mindset. No, not Black Panthers. Jim Brown started his own program.
Okay.
American, which was a program where he started identifying the leaders that were in the community. What these took was in it.
Mhm.
A lot of these guys was in it. He saved T. Rogers, may he rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? And that program gave them structure.
Mhm.
Then they begin to organize in that sense. So now once you become into a consciousness, you see what you're doing is not right and exact because you're doing it in your community
Right.
to people that look just like you.
There we go. That was my man So B's in the audience, man.
He will be next.
He coming up next.
Call,
We gonna
call
talk
what up,
about it.
caller? How you doing? You on the beat 139?
That's Miss Jackson.
Feet up, good shit. Yes, Miss Jackson.
Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you now. So you can hear me?
Because I can't hear y'all at all.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear?
Hello?
Miss Jackson?
She called back. She probably got bad connection. It's off.
Miss Jackson? Miss Jackson?
That's my lawyer that's calling in.
Call back.
So I'm really going to chop it up with her so she could break a few things down. You know, we got this big problem that everybody talk about snitching and all that. And one thing I want to say is when we talk about street stuff and hustling, it ain't to glamorify it. We know that was poison we was selling back in the days. We understand all that. It's the point of the matter that we got to break certain things down to these kids so they can understand after we tell them what we was doing, we got to let them know the reason why not to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Because they only going to respect you if they know you did it. Because they going to say, how you going to tell me something to do and you ain't never even experienced it? So we going to tell them what it was and how we was doing it. but we're gonna let them know what ended the bull crap of us doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Learn experience.
So now y'all had a guest up here saying talk about snitching, and you know people need to stop worrying about snitching, talking about snitching and all that stuff. We can never stop talking about snitching. And it's not talking about snitching. It's talking about telling them not to do it so they don't have to snitch. You know what I'm saying? They won't put in that predicament to do so. You know what I'm saying? Now, once again, snitching is an epidemic just the same way as these kids killing each other. Because, like I said, one person get caught for something he did, having fun, spending the money, sexing the girls, meeting all the girls. As soon as he get caught, he want to bring other people in and stuff like that, right? So now, when you bring other people in, you take them away from their families. Now that break up families, and then kids might grow up a little awkward. You might create another monster. So what I'm saying is that creates an epidemic that's interrupting our culture too. So we have to speak about it as much as we can. You can't never say stop talking about snitching, and it's really going at a rapid rate right now. And then you got everybody saying, yo, everybody saying snitching, but I bet you won't. If you get caught, you would tell, and other people would tell, and other people's around you that's snitching. If we don't know that they snitching around us, then that's cool. Other than that, if I know you're a snitch, I'm not hanging with you. If I see you and I know you growing up and you know the word out you a snitch, I see you, give you a pound, keep it moving. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be cordial. That's it. But other than that, I just wanted my lawyer to call in so she could, you know, break a few things down on how corrupt these police are. She's a freedom fighter lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the world know right now. A lot of people been coming at me since my Queen's Flip interview and things of that nature, and I talk about, you know, this don't snitch and long story short, I just got caught up in a case in May, and it had nothing to do with me, but the feds ran in my house in North Carolina in May, I want to say the 23rd, a couple months ago. It's about what, 3 months now, 4 months. They came in my house, threw a bomb up in there, boom, could have had my kids downstairs. My mom could have been downstairs when they threw that bomb up in there. You know what I'm saying? Came in my house, come in, luckily my dog ran upstairs to my room and I could throw him because he looked mean. I didn't make him mean. So they would have killed him off the gate.
He
You
said he
know what I'm
looked
saying?
mean?
Yeah, he looked mean. He's a pit bull, he a bully. But he really like a show dog. So they runs in my house, go through my house. There was some people there already. I just was up here. I was at Unique Mega Audio birthday party the week before. They said they knew about that. They had the police pull me over, which that's gonna be another problem. But they had police pull me over the week after that. Dame was up here. Dame Dash was up here promoting his shoes. So I left and came up here with him. And then when I left, I came that Thursday, left that Sunday, get back to my house. 5 in the morning, police, army tanks, everything in front of my house. I'm like, yo.
You said army tanks, yeah.
In real life, they got war tactical gear on. I'm like, I'm looking out my window. I'm like, what? My homeboy that was there, I wasn't even there. It was some other people that, you know, because I'm normally not there. My other little homie, I treat him like my nephew. He was always there, watching my house, because I be on the road a lot. But my other homie that was driving me ran upstairs like, yo, the police outside. I'm like, I see. So they bust in the door. I tell them, yo, get on the floor. We get on the floor. When they bust in, come downstairs with your hand. I'm like, yo, we upstairs. So we upstairs, we cooperate, come upstairs. Nah, listen to the sound of my voice, come downstairs. So I come out of my room, tell them, come on, walk behind me. Go around, come around the corner, you gotta go down the steps right here to my house. So as I'm going down the steps, ain't nothing but about 10, 15 infrared beams all over my body in my house. And if I would have tripped or he would have tripped behind me, you know we would have been at
Yeah.
history, right? And this is why I say the snitch thing is a problem, because they came looking for me, or bothering me rather, because they was watching a guy that name was ringing for some other guys that snitched on him. And see how the snitch thing, it just leaked all the way to me, and I had nothing to do with him. They took me down, treated me just like as if I was in his investigation, his case and everything. You know what I'm saying? Locked me up, $100,000 bail, all of the above right now. And first thing I told them, I want a lawyer. You know what they gonna tell me? They start questioning me anyway. And when I told them, what are you talking about? Like, you're bugging. And now they get mad, now they wanna read my rights and then try to ask me questions again. And they got mad, send me back out there, ain't really nothing to talk about anyway. Cause even what people don't know, even if you didn't know nothing and didn't do nothing, you could say one thing and they'll twist it around to mess you up. So I'm saying this to say about the snitch thing, it's a problem because it leaks over to other people that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So people need to learn, man, leave that game alone, dog, because it's turned out to be a problem. So now, this lawyer right here, once I told her my case, she breaks it down so sweet, like, oh my God, like she's nothing to play with. So now I got a lawsuit for $100 million against the ATF and the city police right now. So I just been maintaining and staying low because they do that retaliation.
You got to stay low.
That's a fact.
When you sue them, you got to stay low.
That's a fact. So I stay doing what I'm doing. But if they would have known, like I told y'all earlier, I've been in my house pushing my podcast. You got to get 1,000 subscribers. So I was in there for 3 months pushing my podcast. You know what I'm saying? And then I did a program for 45 days where I didn't come outside. So y'all couldn't have been watching me. So I don't know what it's all about. But the point here I'm making is that snitching thing is serious. If we don't say it as much as we can to banging in somebody's head, like we just said a minute ago, if we reach one person, that's all that count. They right. Man, let me chill, man, because, it's crazy like that out there. One guy chill, maybe he'll reach somebody else somewhere else. But if we don't talk about it and let it continue to go on, then we ain't being the big brothers we supposed to be in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Because it's rough out here. With
It's a lot of work to do, man.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of work to do.
But as long as we here, let's do the work.
So with your podcast, can you tell the people the name of the podcast and what it's about?
Street Knowledge Podcast. I speak a lot of knowledge about things that happened in life. I tell stories of some people that might not be here that passed away. I'll tell a story of something that they went through and how they might have lost their life. And I'll give a good ending to it of reasons why not to do so. Like one of my homeboys back in the day, he was getting some money, dude gave him some work. He gave a dude some work, homeboy would stop answering the phone for him and all that. And he'd call from another phone, dude answer. Oh, tell him a story, all right, cool, I'll be back to New York. Long story short, he called him again, not answering. Came to New York, partying in the club, he see them in the club. And homie popping bottles. What's gonna happen after that? Lit him up outside, got away with it. 7 years later, he opened up a nice, he had a restaurant, opened up a restaurant, he chilling there, changed his life, he ain't in the street life no more. His homeboy got a store, changed his life. His homeboy store wasn't doing good. He said, man, I gotta jump back into the street. So now he jumped back into the street and get caught up. Now he get caught up, what'd he do? He tell about a murder that happened 7 years ago and his homeboy chilling with his family doing good. Now he's done. He's brought down. He back out in the street. And that's the street life. So that's the type of street knowledge. Opposed to, going back and forth with a few other people, but speaking knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And I do a lot of interviews with celebrities. I didn't go crazy yet with the big celebrities because I wanted to get monetized first. So I did a few, like Uncos, I did Goods, the battle rapper, but I got a lot of big dogs lined up. So that's coming right now, and that's what Street Knowledge is about. So anybody y'all can hit me up, man, and chop it up. I go live sometime too.
Give me your social media.
Yeah, and my social media is at the real big Boosie. Hit me up on there as well, man. But I like to chop it up. I like to try to give advice with a lot of stuff because I got a lot of stuff going on, bro, that really help the community. That's what it's all about. I ain't just gonna be talking it.
Yeah.
So I see you got the team with you.
Facts.
So when you go live, they shooting or that's only when you do your interviews?
Nah, well, I have a virtual set on the OBS system, but sometimes I'll just go ahead and just do my set away from that just to, have to give the audience something else to do. I might go outside and film, you know what I'm saying? But my main set is on the OBS system for right now. So I got his filming. He taking one for the team right now. He's really an artist, you know what I'm saying? But taking one for the team, and as far as filming right now, but I have a film crew that definitely films and do all the joint. I had the Haven too up there. The Haven came to the crib and everything and knocked out a joint. He did the joint where he said he forgives Jay-Z, which he spoke a lot of knowledge and, let him know he ain't got no gripes behind that. And I want to say another thing, because a lot of people be going in on him because he tell a story, you know what I'm saying? People don't understand, if you went through that with somebody and you kind of grew up with them and things of that nature, and you really, really close with that person, man, that's a hard pill to swallow.
It is a hard
man.
pill to swallow.
For real.
Especially if the
Something like
story's
that.
true.
Yeah. Especially if it's a true story.
If it's a true story, if you ain't capping, that's one thing, but if the story is true, that would hurt, man. Your man a multi-billionaire, and you living, you good. Don't get it twisted. But, champ, man, I had you
That's
for a long time.
That's a rough one, man.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
That's a
Like,
rough one.
that is a rough one, man.
This real quick before we go, paid in full. You was in paid in full.
Big facts.
Into your recollection, how much of the movie you feel was real? How much you think was fabricated?
A whole bunch of it was fabricated. To be honest, I didn't know the movie was gonna blow up the way it did. I had just came home from doing a bid and they formulated the record. The movie. Actually, a girl that I know named Keisha, before I got locked up, I introduced her to Azie because he needed some work done. So I plugged her with Azie to work with him with whatever he needed. And I want to say she took him to meet with Dame, and that's how the movie formulated. And Dame came up with putting it out. So once it was called Trapped before it was called Paid in Full. Dame them bought it from A, changed the name. So they flew me over to Canada. Jay Black was regulating the whole set. Dame let my nigga run the whole set. When I got over there, me and him running the whole set with Charles Stone. We telling like, cut, nah, do that again, Wood Harris. Nah, cut, nah. Cockfight was sitting straight up, acting like Rich Paul. I'm like, nah, bro, Rich don't sit like that, man. He got a lane, my nigga. Like, so, so I was over there doing consulting work, showing them everything to do and how I got my part. Is when we was in 3 months in Canada. So a bunch of it was bogey, like the shooting scene was for real. When they got shot up in the house. That's reality. Everybody know that. That's global news. I was supposed to go there that night, but thank God I didn't when that really happened. I got woke up to that from my mom's with A on the news. What else was real? Shooting in the ass ain't real. My scene when he shot him in the ass, that wasn't real. And how I got in that scene, they just needed somebody at the time, like, yo, just go dress up, do this for me real quick. So I went and did it. And that part was one of the most memorable parts in the movie.
Yeah.
That one little part, nigga, I be in airports and restaurants, people running up, yo, man, what movie you was in, yo?
Yeah.
But it felt good, and I be humble, you know what I'm saying, respect, but it opened the doors for me now to do other movies. You know what I'm saying? I got a movie on Tubi right now. It's called A Polished Soul. It's a true story. My homeboy, he had the death penalty for a body in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He took life to duck the death penalty. He did 17 years. Throughout the 17 years, he learned how to write movies and write books and all that. So when he came home, he wrote this movie that we got out. He wrote
He
it.
made it home.
Yeah, he home. He did 17 years on the life sentence. He took life to duck the death penalty. He just did good, and then they released him. So he wrote the movie, filmed the movie, edited the movie, and it's about telling these young kids this ain't where it's at. It shows, we got the jail scenes and the shooting scenes and all that, but it's a good movie. It's a good concept for the kids to see. You know what I'm saying? So we got that movie out, and I'm working on some new ones. About to start filming probably in 2 months. I'm prepping right now for another one. My boy Slade, that's locked up in 40th. I'm about to, he actually sent me a script, and me and my team been going over it, so we're about to put that together and actually start filming, because he's another brother that's in jail for something that he didn't do.
Yeah.
And they mad that he didn't tell, and he been in there 25 now. He got life, did 25, so we hoping that they, release him.
They've already come home.
Yeah, we working on it, and it's looking real good. So it's gonna be a blessing that we get this movie done, when he come home, because he wrote this movie. He got a bunch of, a whole bunch of other movies. So we want to go ahead and get all these things done so we could put our brothers in position. And that, I ain't gonna dwell on the snitch shit, but this another thing, because a lot of brothers fell on their sword and didn't tell nothing. Unique, 26 years. One of my homeboys from Dipset, 730E from North Carolina, 17 years. I hold both of them down since they've been in prison. You know what I'm saying? And it's never say nothing about not snitching, because brothers fell on their sword and they in there and they took the time. They ain't praising what they did. They in there. So we can't never forget that. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully my brother come home, we can have this movie done, and it'll take him all the way off of other scripts that he got, because he have a whole bunch of them.
Okay. Cool. Yo, so can you give me your social media links, man?
Yeah, yes, sir. Bernard Riggin on Facebook, RIGGIN, Bernard Riggin, and the real big Boosie on my IG. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit me up, follow me, and come follow me on my street knowledge, man. I'm kicking a lot of knowledge, man. I gotta get y'all two brothers on there too, man.
No question.
We pull up. We pull up.
We want to be
We
the
pull
true
up
meaning
all day.
of Harlem stick together.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I wanna keep that culture going, and hopefully we can get things back in motion. You know what I'm saying? Real.
Yeah, thanks for coming
Go
to the
follow
show,
that-
man.
Thanks for
We
that-
gonna do
That
this.
podcast, Street Knowledge, y'all go subscribe to it right now.
That's a fact.
My man Boosie.
Bootsie.
Y'all hang around. We got my man Show B coming up next. Let's go.
That's what's up.
Yo, it's Harlem on the rise, yo, we like to get the money. This a podcast, you can catch us being funny, yeah.